My name is Mike Callahan, and I'm the Chief of Police here in Belleville, Ontario. It's very interesting that the evolution of policing has really been a strong focus on technology. And you want to be on the leading edge, but you don't want to be on the cutting edge. And it's going to be a seamless transition. Because as you add technology to an officer's position, it's critical that it doesn't add more work, it's actually taking away. And that's something we've really found with Geotab. It has been unbelievable in providing us the telematic information that we need to do our jobs. The reason that we were looking for telematics in our vehicles was we believed that we were missing so many key elements about either the officer's driving, the officer's equipment, and malfunctions in that vehicle. So we wanted to ensure that we were providing the safest vehicles for our officers, but also making sure that if there was an accident or they were involved in a collision, that we were in a position to be able to definitively say, this is the way that they were driving that vehicle. The vehicle was performing at the optimum performance. There were no safety standard issues with the vehicle. Having that information and having the ability to pull that information back has made a difference in our insurance claims because we're able to dispute what somebody may be alleging has transpired. Information such as speed, braking, having a look at how the vehicle was operating, were the emergency lights on, was the siren on? Those are all very, very strong considerations when we're looking at liability in a collision. So we felt that having that information was going to be very, very critical to us being able to defend the actions of the officers.
Belleville has gone from absolutely no tech to some pretty new technology in their vehicles, so everything has been very new to us over the last few years. The dispatchers love it. They know car X is right next to the call or within a couple kilometers of the call, and it's an easier dispatch. They're very excited to have the technology. They say it makes their job easier, it makes their job more efficient. Over the air sometimes you used to hear, can Officer A go to this call? And then another officer jumps on and says, well, I'm here, I can go, I'm closer. And then another officer comes on and says, well, I'm closer, I can do it. Now we know where they are, and it's dispatched by who happens to be closer.
The journey with Geotab has been ongoing for 2 or 3 years now, and it's actually been a huge win for Belleville Police Service and a fantastic partnership that I'd recommend to any other law enforcement agency to go down this path. I think we got 31 vehicles that are outfitted with the Geotab devices, and it's been a great fit. It was low cost, easy to install, integrated well with our siren lighting and auxiliary IOs, and it was just a great fit right off the bat. The benefits came very quickly. I think traditionally we were more reactive in our maintenance schedule on our cars. We've been able to be a lot more proactive in being able to deal with engine faults and all of those pieces that, that we can benefit from.
I think before we had Geotab here, it was always a challenge to always stay on top of the oil changes and the maintenance of the vehicles. It's been amazing to have Geotab just to keep on top of the oil changes. Like, we haven't missed any. We're on top of it, being proactive and keeping the fleet in the best shape it's ever been.
The other thing we've been looking at is from an environmental perspective. A lot of police services across the country are looking at no idling policies. Some of them have already instituted. I want to use telematics to assist me and Dave and everybody else with that in the police service of how can we be more environmentally astute and put in a no idling policy and have that support us in moving ahead with that.
Well, let's be very frank. In the world of policing right now, we've seen a significant change in the perception and the accountability components within our policing. There's an age-old saying that not only must you appear to be transparent, but you must be transparent. And that's where we believe that we're headed with this information. The tech journey is one I think that every police service should be looking at and moving down towards. Because at the end of the day, we have to be accountable. After having been in policing now for 37 years, I can attest that we're more accountable to the public, which is not a bad thing. But we believe that the Geotab informatics that we're receiving, this information is absolutely key and critical for us to ensure that we're being transparent and accountable to the community.